guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. I'm Crystal. I'm in my flat. As you can see, it's the evening. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:47 p.m.
Right guys, so you've seen videos throughout the day. I'm here by myself. I'm not going out anywhere this Thursday evening. I certainly don't go to a gym. Not yet anyway. I haven't joined the gym yet. I was thinking about it, but I don't feel actually, you've got to be fit and healthy. So I'm going for a health check next week, because to go to a gym and do vigorous exercise you need to be healthy, especially your heart. So I'm not going to go to a gym until I've had a full health checkup, which I'm having next week. So I took a FaceTime call late this afternoon from my son, and he's safe and well, because even when your kids get older you worry about them. So I took a FaceTime call and I was talking to my son. We were having a conversation, and we talked about things. And when you talk to someone face to face on a FaceTime call on WhatsApp, you can see each other. It's like Zoom. The Queen used to, when she was alive, have during COVID, she would have video calls with her family. So I had a video call over WhatsApp, and my son, I could see my son was in London and he could see where I was. And I've got ginger hair, haven't I? It's curly ginger hair at the moment. And I'm a woman. And I'm obviously a mum. So I was talking to my son, he was talking to me, his mother. The phone hurts my face. The phone, I suffer from trigeminal neuralgia, which is an affliction where things can set off severe pain in your face and jaw near the trigeminal nerve, or on the trigeminal nerve. It can set horrendous pain off. But I wanted to see that my son was okay. I'm an adult. I accepted the call. I wanted to see that my son was safe, that he was well, and that's what I did. And we was on the phone for quite a long time. I think the duration, I don't know how long the duration of that WhatsApp call was. The duration of that call, let's just see. It doesn't tell me. Anyway, I took a call from my son this afternoon. Right, let's see if it just tells me what calls I've got on my other recents. See. No, it doesn't tell me, but I took a call this afternoon, a FaceTime call, and I was on the phone for quite a while. I would say at least 20 to 30 minutes. When I got off the phone, I made another phone call because I had to do that. And the person on the end of the phone had a Manchester, Liverpool accent, like the ones I used to speak to off Fever Street, dating. Very similar accent to one of them, Manchester, Liverpool. He sounded off on the phone. I was phoning some customer services, and he sounded off with me, like he wasn't happy. I ignored it, just carried on. And after I'd been trying to get through to somebody for 20 minutes, and you get this irritating music, don't you? And we'll be with you in a moment. All of our operators are busy. So I had that for nearly half an hour. I finally got through and did what I needed to do. And then I made myself coffee, I made myself a chicken roll, something to eat, and I decided to go and have a shower. I decided to go in the shower because I was meant to have a shower yesterday and I didn't do it, so I went and had a shower. And then I thought, while I'm at it, I'm going to give Max a bath, because on that field there's all like shit, and me and Max walked through the field, and you know, if you've got hay fever, it's a disaster, and you get all these midges because the grass cutters are not cutting the grass, and the bin is full of shit. It's one of the litter bins on the Rochester Riverside field is so full up that the dog poo bags are coming out of the bin, and you've got flies, wasps and midges hovering around the bin. So no one is emptying the bins on the Rochester Riverside field, because it's been like that for over a week, and a midge has bitten me on the neck. I've been bitten by an insect because there's a load of shitty rubbish on that field which is going to attract rats and vermin eventually. It will attract, they're not emptying the bins at the moment, so it's going to attract insects and bugs and rats. If you don't empty bins, you're going to get fucking vermin. So as I was walking past the dirty bin, a bug bit me. So I've got a bug's bitten me on the neck there, and it itches like fuck. Because flies and shit get attracted, there's dog poo bins hanging off the floor, all the rubbish is going over the floor, it hasn't been emptied for over a week. So people are looking for somewhere to put their rubbish, and the bins are full up. So it's all coming out and spreading onto the floor. It looks messy, it smells, and it's going to attract rats, basically. So I walked past the bin. There was a couple on the field with a black dog, because I walked Max after a shower and that, and I had a snack and some coffee. I watched a YouTube documentary about the 70s kids getting reprimanded for stealing, because back in the day kids could go to Borstal for stealing, and back in the day parents used to smack their kids, and children were frightened of their parents. And it's changed because now teachers and parents are sometimes frightened of their own children because you cannot smack them, and there's no discipline. Well, there's not as much discipline as there was in the 70s and 80s. I'm not saying it was right to hit kids, because it wasn't, but there doesn't seem to be any discipline at all anywhere. And teachers and parents can be frightened of their own kids. So I watched this documentary, and I'd had a shower, Max had had a bath, and we were almost dry, but I went outside with my hair a bit wet. Before I went out, I was conversing with someone from a dating site called C Date. So a capital C and a D-A-T-E. And I told you about Scooby, didn't I? This guy had called himself Scooby. S-C-O-O-B-I, Scooby. So I went into my mail account, and it notifies you that you've got a message from somebody. So I went into this C Date dating site, and I had 2 messages. And the first message was someone I'd spoken to 2 days ago. And they said to me, what was wrong with you the other day? Because I said, I feel better than yesterday. So they happened to say to me, well, you know, what was wrong the other day? And I just said, sometimes I get depressed. And that is telling the truth. I said, sometimes I get depressed. And then they texted back, what makes you depressed? Tell me what causes your depression. And I didn't tell them. I didn't, because that's fatal. You tell someone what makes you depressed, they're going to use that against you, aren't they? So this guy's telling me what makes you depressed. And I turn around and I say, well, a lot of things depress me. Well, they do in this world. A lot of things do depress me. So I left it at that. Then I text Scooby. Scooby says to me, can we swap numbers on WhatsApp? Scooby gives his number to me and I give Scooby mine because the pictures that I'm being sent look like a normal bloke with blonde hair. He's podgy, he looks quite funny, and he's got blonde hair. But then in the back of my mind I'm going, be careful, Crystal, because you've heard of these scammers that steal pictures off Facebook and Instagram. Be careful. So Scooby texts me hi on WhatsApp messaging, and Scooby sends me a photograph of himself, or who I think is himself, and we start a normal conversation. And it's not me, this happens with every dating site. We start a normal conversation, and then remember that the guy before us says what makes you depressed, and it's people like Scooby that make me depressed. Because Scooby turns round and says, I can't chat now, I'm going to the gym. So he texts me on WhatsApp, sends me a photograph of supposed to be Scooby, and then he turns round and says to me, I can't chat now, I'm going to the gym. Bye. And I turn round and I say, well, what are you texting me for? Why are you mucking me about? Why did you swap my number and want to go on WhatsApp and then you're going out for? So Scooby's gone. Scooby had a profile picture of Scooby-Doo, and as we all know what Scooby-Doo means, mental, mad, round the bends, round the twist. We know what Scooby means. And they used to call my mother Jennifer Scooby-Doo because she spent a lot of time in mental hospitals because my dad was hitting my mum and giving her domestic violence, and it used to make her really upset. And you know what, when someone keeps hitting you on a daily basis, it would make you have a bit of a mental health problem, wouldn't it? Especially if the police come out and don't help, which they never did to my mum. Right? So you get a load of that bollocks. So Scooby's blocked, Scooby's gone, and this is what happens on every dating site. Someone vicious and spiteful. Not a very nice person at all. And I certainly wouldn't want to meet somebody like that who's very spiteful and nasty. Catty, bitchy, nasty, really horrible person. Right? I'm not, if people don't want to date me, don't date me. But, don't fuck around. They know what I look like. They steal photographs off my Facebook and Instagram. And they're doing it to thousands of people out there that are unaware that their photographs are being stolen and being used as scamming other people. And the scammers think it's you when it isn't. It's a thief. A thief. So I took Max out after I'd received this spiteful message from Scooby, and I had a pair of skater boys behind my back. One with long ginger hair in a ponytail, walking around with his male friend. They were alright, they were okay, but I've seen these skaters skating up and down the road, and jolly good, if I could skate when I was younger, I would have skateboarded. Nice, happy pair of blokes walking around the field, with their skateboards. And there was an old man with a black dog behind me, a couple in front of me with a black dog, and there was a load of people outside the Travel Lodge giggling and laughing. About 30 years younger than me because I'm 54. Oh, Scooby said he was going to the gym. He couldn't talk to me because he was going to the gym. So first of all, coming down the road was an old man dressed like my son. He was dressed like my son in gym gear. A 6 foot tall old guy with grey hair dressed in shorts and what looked like gym wear. So very hilarious. And then we had a girl waggling her hair, right down her back it was. Remember, this was after FaceTiming my son as well, and you would have seen the short hair. In fact, it was like wet, because I, just washed it. So you've got this girl walking in front of me, shaking her long blonde hair, which was nearly right down to the floor. And the thing is, your brains aren't in your hair. You haven't got brains in your hair. And when women reach the menopause, when they get older, their hair gets thinner. So yes, make the most of it. I had long hair when I was 20. It was right down my back and it was ginger. I'm 54. And we change with age. We don't stay beautiful. We don't stay with long, gleaming hair. We get older. So, when these girls look at themselves now, they're not the same when they was, younger. Say you're 25. Even when you're 18, from 18 to 25, that is 7 years. Look at yourself at 18. Look at yourself at 25. Look at yourself at 32. Look at yourself at nearly 40. You change. You get wrinkles. You can't change that fact, and we eventually die. And we're no longer here. And it's far better in this world to be nice to people and be friendly than be a savage, vicious bitch. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be you, whoever you are. I really wouldn't. I would be ashamed of myself. Really spiteful. You really, whoever you are, need to take a look at yourself in the mirror and see through the plastic facade of your mask. You might have a pretty face, but you're fucking evil inside. Evil! People will see through your pretty face. Eventually. Because I did from the start, didn't I? You have got a problem and you need to fix it before you fall apart. Do you understand me? People like you cause people significantly bad health problems because your tongue and your mouth is acid. And you're human. You've got no human nature. You're an animal. Evil. To everybody else that follows my videos and appreciates me and what I'm trying to do with my channel and to try and help and support people that have gone through horrendous things, that you can come out the other side. There are people in this world that are just hell-bent on disrupting, annoying, upsetting and causing people mental health problems through their trolling because they have a problem. See you later.